How can you unlock 100% of your potential like Ayanokouji? Well, the first 40% of you have already failed. But for the ones who are still here, you've successfully beaten the first challenge by not giving into your brainwashed attention span. And now, I am going to teach you every pillar you need to become just like Ayanokouji Kiyotaka. We can witness Ayanokouji's poker face numerous times, whether that's on the island, fighting Ryuin, or playing chess. It is always activated, which is not how you want to approach it. Instead, you need to do something called objective analysis, which helps you pick what situations the poker face would work best for. For example, in the show, Ichinose gets Ayanokouji a gift, but even when receiving it, he stays completely composed. Doing this in real life will show you lack emotional intelligence or don't even care about the gift. This is an example of a bad time to use the poker face. A good example would be when Ayanokouji plays chess against Saki and Nagi, because in chess, you don't want to reveal your next move to the other players, which can easily happen when you show emotion. Objectively analyzing when and when not to use the poker face will allow you to utilize the ability to its fullest. Fighting, competing, or trying to gain the advantage are all examples of times when the poker face will be your most powerful weapon. All you need to do is learn when to use it. But how would one use it if one couldn't master it? Training your poker face might seem like simply maintaining a straight face all the time. Except, you will quickly realize that your emotionless embodiment will easily crack no matter how many hours you practice. This is because you're thinking of it wrong. Instead of seeing the problem as, I don't have an emotionless face all the time, focus on understanding the root causes. Identify specific instances where your poker face cracks, as these moments reveal the true issues. Once you found your weaknesses, get into as many of these situations as possible, and practice keeping a straight face in them. Having hands-on training like this is the best way to improve your poker face. By creating this feedback loop between when to use the poker face and how to improve it each time, within weeks you will be at Ayanokouji's level, and even one day surpass him. Machiavellianism, a philosophy in which the ends justify the means. Ayanokouji is the embodiment of Machiavellianism.
In this world, winning is everything. And in the end, I'm going to win.
Having the winning mentality is crucial if you want to unlock your potential. In pursuit to the top of the mountain, things will need to be sacrificed. While this does scare the average person away, if we look at the top 0.1%, they all have some form of the end justify the means.
They're just not aggressive enough.
I work every hour I'm awake.
I don't take any days off.
And then just work like hell.
Society tells us always to be nice and fair to our competition, but the ones who stand out challenge this belief by adapting some form of the ends justify the means. In doing so, it will allow you to destroy your competition, just like Ayanokouji. Ayanokouji then utilizes this mentality by thinking strategically. Ayanokouji is a master of letting others do the work for him. He never overextends himself. This can be seen when Ayanokouji realizes Yamauchi is plotting to have the class expel him. Ayanokouji could have easily revealed himself as the mastermind and not been expelled, but instead he decided to keep his cards in his hand and forced Horikita to handle it instead. He did this by asking her brother to tell her exactly how to break Yamauchi's plan, which she does, and it is executed perfectly without Ayanokouji having to say a word. Why would Ayanokouji use his greatest weapon, his hidden genius, if he doesn't have to? Most people play all their best cards right away, but eventually it will get back to their turn and they will have nothing left to play. So in any situation, if you can save your hand and make someone else do the dirty work, it will benefit you in the long run. A combination of the winning mentality, along with not playing your cards if you don't have to, is the next step in unlocking your potential. The next crucial component in unlocking one's full potential is having physical domination. Going to the gym is going to be the best way to achieve this and your dream physique. And I know you're expecting me to give you some secret regimen that will instantly boost you to Ayanokouji's level, but there isn't one. The only fitness advice you need is consistency. Nothing else matters but this one rule. As long as you show up every single day, it doesn't matter what kind of exercise you're doing. Whether it's calisthenics, lifting, running, or playing a sport, Ayanokouji didn't just wake up and magically become strong, or even become smart. This happened to him because he was in the White Room every single day training. Once you have achieved your physical prowess, you need to use the law of applied information. This law is the phenomenon that if one has the abilities but never utilizes them, they do not exist. Ayanokouji doesn't just sit around with all the knowledge and athleticism he has. He applies it to the real world by helping his team win in the various tests. Remember, he waits to play his cards, but he still plays them at the right time. Some choose to never play them because they're scared or it's too risky. If you have actually done the work to becoming physically fit, you can apply your strength and discipline to learn something that will benefit you. I would recommend learning to fight or using fitness as a way to make money. Always apply what you learn and don't sit around waiting, or else it means absolutely nothing. How does one truly stand above the rest, like Ayanokouji? The secret is to create your own path. Every average person has someone they look up to and want to be exactly like. Then they spend their entire life trying to copy what that person did and end up being unhappy and unsuccessful. Ayanokouji doesn't try and be like his father and lets no one decide what he should be doing. He creates his own path and uses everything I've taught you so far to climb that path towards his goal. The best way to create your own path is to combine not just Ayanokouji's knowledge, but a piece from multitudes of powerful, charismatic people or characters. You can combine people's knowledge from many different fields, like taking some knowledge from Elon Musk, some from Albert Einstein. Any genius or anybody you look up to, you can take a little tiny portion of them and add it to yourself. And if you do that enough times, you will be able to create your own path and have so much knowledge from so many different fields, you will be unstoppable. Everyone is dealt a different hand. Nobody's path is the same, so don't try and follow Ayanokouji or somebody else's path. Instead, create your own. And only then, after all of that, will you reach 100%.